Thank you all for tuning in to another edition of Outside the Shop with me, your host, Daryl D. Lane, as always, where I get to talk about everything that I normally don't get the chance to talk about in my regular sports podcast, Barbershop Sports Talk, which you guys can all find on Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iRadio, SoundCloud, whichever podcasting app or platform you use. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in via YouTube live stream, Facebook Live, and Twitter/Periscope. Like, comment, and subscribe on all platforms. Check on the description below for some YouTube links. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Really will appreciate that. Share this content. Excuse me. Just got it done. A pod done. Excuse me. Rough day today. Just got a pod done with my guy Eli Weisberger. That's going to be released on Wednesday. Did top 20 NBA storyline, so you guys can have that to look forward to. And yesterday I did a pod with my guy Ben Karen, host the Sports Quality Podcast, and we broke down week 7 and week 8, previewing of both respectively college football and NFL action, as well as talking about some storylines and some content NFL and college football. So if you're a big football fan, whether it's college football or NFL, you will definitely enjoy that. But while we're really all here, let me get this so you all can make some money. NFL Gambling Edition, Outside the Shop, if you want to make those Benjamins get rich, kids. So I'm going to give you my 3 guarantees for this weekend. Number 1, Rams at Detroit. Now, Detroit is plus 16, but I think the Rams are going to cover and win by 20. Here's the reason why. First of all, it's talent gap between teams. I think all of us realize the Rams are a Super Bowl contender. Detroit Lions are competing for the number 1 overall pick, right? So that's the difference between those two teams. The Rams just blew out and destroyed and humiliated New York, while the Lions got blown out by the Cincinnati Bengals. Sean McVay knows Jared Goff better than anybody. He's coached him for the last 3 or 4 years. I think they're going to find a way to capitalize on Jared Goff's weaknesses. Matthew Stafford's going to want to show up and show out, and I think this game is going to get pretty ugly. So plus 16, Detroit Lions. Next up, the Houston Texans travel to the Arizona Cardinals. The Texans are plus 18 in this matchup. Davis Mills has only had 1 good game his whole career in the NFL this season. One game against the New England Patriots, which I think it's important to remember. The Patriots were coming off an emotional high of that Tampa Bay Buccaneers game against Tom Brady, Bill Belichick coming back to Foxborough, all that, and maybe they underestimated the Texans in that game. But I don't think this will be the case with the Cardinals. The Cardinals slice and dice the Cleveland Browns. They have so much team speed. They were physical up front and kind of manhandled the Cleveland Browns team. We just saw the Browns play on Thursday Night Football and saw how physical they can be. So that's impressive in of itself. So I think when we all look at that, I think you have to look and think this is going to be 20, 25, maybe even put up 30 points on the Texans. The Texans are in a different stratosphere from the Cardinals. The Cardinals are a whole nother league, folks. This is varsity from JV, truly. And on the road, right? Davis Mills, rookie QB on the road against a team like this, never a good thing. And then lastly, in terms of my guarantees, the Bears are plus 13 at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but I don't think the Buccaneers are going to cover. The Bears played the Buccaneers tough last year. They actually beat Tampa Bay 20-19. They relatively have the same type of defense. I think they're going to find a way to slow down Tom Brady in this exceptional, explosive Tampa passing attack. I think the Bears are going to be able to run the ball. And I think also when you look at the fact that the Buccaneers, their pass defense has not been great, I think Justin Fields is going to be able to play solid football. You look at Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they play the Philadelphia Eagles. It's only 22-28. I feel like teams like the Bears and the Eagles, the Bucs aren't going to blow them out. Maybe at certain points of the game, they'll be up around 10. And that's the type of game I think this is going to be. It's going to be around that 10-point threshold. And maybe then you see the Bears get a touchdown late, and then it's only 3, right? But it leaves no doubt. I think Tampa's going to win, but I don't think they're going to necessarily cover either. And then lastly, right, some picks to stay away from. Panthers at Giants. Giants are plus 3. Stay away from this. Falcons at Dolphins. Dolphins plus 2.5. And Chiefs at Titans. Titans plus 4. Stay away from all these games. I don't think he gets to any of these teams this week. And then I'm going to give you some QB prop bets. So for QB prop bets, Aaron Rodgers over 1.5 touchdowns. This is my saving grace last week. Go for it again, Aaron Rodgers. He's thrown 2 touchdown passes in every single game except for the New Orleans Saints game. Kyler Murray over 293 0.5 total yards. I think also look at how bad the Texans are. I think this is a pretty safe bet. Kyler Murray is also averaging 309 passing yards on the year. So given that, he's averaging 309 passing yards. All he needs is 293.5 total yards. Total. So this is both running and passing. I think he's going to throw for over 300 yards. I think he'll probably get to another 40 to 50 rushing the ball. That's getting close to maybe a 400 total yard game. So I think Kyler's going to get over on that. Also, Patrick Mahomes over 325.5 passing yards. His average on the year is 345.2 passing yards. The Tennessee Titans have a below average pass defense. Not necessarily the best pass rush in the world. Caleb Farley, also Fulton. They're both out. So I think we're going to see the Kansas City Chiefs feast on the Tennessee. Definitely the over for 325 passing yards for Patrick Mahomes. And lastly, Zach Wilson. I'm going to go with the under here, 227.5 passing yards. I think you should go with the under. I think that's the smart move here. We all know rookie quarterbacks struggle against Bill Belichick and his defense. Zach Wilson struggled against Bill Belichick the last time he played the Patriots. I think that Bill Belichick's going to be able to have his number. It's going to be a rough day for Zach Wilson in terms of moving the ball. So his average on the year is actually 227.8, which I think is pretty funny. So Vegas is kind of having this line relatively around the same, right? But 210 passing yards their last game against the Patriots. I think we're going to see that, maybe even a little bit less. But I think it's pretty safe to go with the under for that. And that's all we have for this edition of Outside the Shop, NFL Gambling Edition. Have a great day, everybody, and God bless.